Hello students, let us continue with your chapter second, fundamentals of computer networking. So next topic is about computer network. So as you all know what a computer network is the definition of a computer network is that creating a network of computers to share our data and information through different mediums. It may be a bounded media or unbounded media that we are going to study right now. So, what a computer network is? It's an interconnection of geographically distributed multiple computers in such a way that meaningful transmission and exchange of information become possible among them. So, means unrelated to the geographical constraint, we can cover up a huge geographical area while creating a network, and we can connect throughout the entire globe starting from a local area network. So all the network in which all different computers from a different protocol and different operating systems are connected just to share our information, resources, and processing load. So, what do you mean by processing load? Means we can share our processing load. It's just apart from sharing our information and resources. It means like when we have a lot of works that we can distribute that work among different computers at different places, and then we can share our workload also through a computer network. Then we have an advantages of computer network. These are the advantages like easy communication and speed. Very easily we can share our information, and we can share our data, and it's very easy process. We can share files, data and information through a network. The central storage of data. Most of the time when we are sharing our data, these data are stored in a central node, which is also called a file server. Then sharing hardware, not only a data, we can share hardware, which is called a resource. Like we can share a printer, we can share scanners and many other hardware devices, and we do not have to buy a single hardware for all this computing in a network. Then sharing of a software also. There are some licensed version and shared version of a software which can be used in such a network where a single software can solve for all the devices in a network. Then we have a security. We can have a secure data while using it in a network. There is always a speed when we share it through a network, and traditional way of sharing a data and using it and in a particular computer through copying it through the external devices, that is a little lengthy process, but using a network and using a share and sharing a file in a network is a very speedy process. Then the reliability. Then next point is reliability. It means while when we share a data through a network, so most of the time it is reliable, and we can rely on a secure network. When we use a secure network, our data share data is always reliable. Then load sharing, as already discussed, that we can share a workload. Same work can be done by the different computers in the network, and through this we can share our workload. Then flexible working environment. The use of networking allows a very flexible working environment. Employee can work at home now because of this network. Now, as we are uh, teaching, and all the students are getting all the resources of the teaching material, and it is only because of the network. So there is a convenience of workplace while you are working in a network. Okay, so but there are some disadvantages. We would like to call it a limitation rather than a disadvantages, because there are not there are no certain computer disadvantages. We'll call it We also call it a demerit sometimes because it's a limitation that certain this network cannot perform. So rather we'll call it a demerit or limitations. Okay, so that is lack of independence. So you're always connected to a network, and when you are working in a network, so it's been centrally attached servers. So it's like a dependent clients, and of course it's an expensive because when we are getting the accessibility of convenience, so it needs little cost to get such convenience. So it's an expensive, of course. Then managing a large network is complicated. So physicality of spreading a network, the feasibility sometimes it's little complicated. It's little time consuming while spreading a network. So it's difficult sometimes to manage a large network. And if the file server breaks down into a file on a server, file server become inaccessible. So some technical issues are always there while working in a network. Viruses and malwares, it's always very means prone to the virus and malwares when we are working in a insecure network if we do not have a um, right softwares like firewalls and antivirus, and if you are working in such insecure network, then there are always chances of being attacked or hacked by uh, the viruses, malwares, and the hackers. Right? So there's a danger of hacking, particularly the wide area while we are working in a wide area network. So um, these are some demerits of computer network. All right. So next is the types of signals which are used to send or receive information while working in a network. These are analog and digital signal. An analog signal is any continuous signal for which the time vary feature and the signal is representation of some other time varying quantity. So it's a continuous signal in a waveform that we receive, and then it is converted into a digital signal somewhere through a computer, and then we get it. So how a data transfer from a system to a system, one is analog signal and another is digital signal. So here you can see the flow of data in an analog form when it is through analog signals. It may be a infrared signal or a microwave signal or a radio signals. And when we talk about a digital signal, it means we are talking about a discrete data form. Okay, so there is it is very dynamic and static. It is usually in a static form, whereas the analog signal, you see it is in a dynamic form. You can't already imagine, and then the data flow is in random, then in a random form. Then digital signal is non-continuous discrete time signal. Okay, so we can then there is a comparison between analog signal and a digital signal, and then there is a data transmission nodes, which is already I have taught you through another video, simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. And with an example, if we'll see that in a simplex, only data flows from one device to another device, and in this half duplex, it comes from uh, comes and goes between both the devices, but one at a time. Then we have a full duplex where the data can flow at both the ends at the same time. So next we will do the component of computer network. Stay tuned.